Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, you should know that the story you're about to hear has quite a number of, well, don't say I didn't warn you.
The pizza has arrived.
Huh? He's alive. And he's hungry.
Needs tomato sauce.
Wait a minute. The story doesn't start that way. Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ayo, let's begin at the beginning.
Gentlemen, welcome to the annual Horror Film Awards ceremony, in which the most outstanding monsters of the silver screen compete for the Golden Death Chickens. Please go into the theater now and take your seats and enjoy.
What did you just say?
Didn't you hear me?
Of course I heard you.
Good for you.
I'm not deaf.
Right, just dumb.
You jerk.
Lunatic.
Dan Murray. The boss has assigned this story to the two of us. If you don't come into the theater with me and do your part...
So, you don't think you can do it alone?
I think I'm more than capable.
You don't say.
Dan Murray, I'm going to go into that theater and write a Pulitzer Prize story by myself. You hear me?
You're gonna leave me out here in the cold in the dead of autumn?
I hope you freeze.
How can I keep myself warm?
Ayo, Dan. It was fabulous. I did so many interviews that we're gonna have to ask the boss for more space. Fitz Randolph, Professor Fly, Chrome Ha, Eva Morte, the poet, the Grim Reaper, and the short guy from Monster Without a Cause.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you know, the one from... hey, what's that?
It's antifreeze.
Dan Murray, have you been out here drinking while I was in there doing your job? That's it. The byline is going to be mine and mine alone. They can fire you for all I care. What's more, if they ask me for a shovel to help dig your grave, I'll be more than happy to help. And if...
Hey, what's he up to?
Big Albert. In Fitz Randall's office. That's odd.
You were saying?
We have to go in there.
My thoughts exactly.
Finally, real investigative journalism. Come on, move it.
Sweetheart, my thing is sports writing. If he hits you with a baseball bat, call me.
And that's how it all started for Liz Allaire. She decided she was going into that office with or without Dan's help.
Jerk. Once got my head caught under the hood of my father's car. Anne-Marie, my smart sister, was being Tarzan. Queenie, my pretty sister, was Jane. I was Cheetah, and the car was the crocodile. When the hood is down, you can't see the teeth. I don't like to play with crocodiles. Ayo, Dan. So how are you doing?
Better than you, my dear.
When the boss finds out who did all the interviews, you're going to be in hot water.
You won't find out. Liz Allaire's no stool pigeon. Or is she?
Sometimes I blurt out things without meaning to.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me. So, what exactly did you do wrong?
I met you.
You must have done something wrong for the boss to take you off your beloved sports section and put you on the society beat. You wrote something that didn't follow the paper's editorial line.
Always. I write what I feel like, however and whenever I want.
The boss is sick of your chronic lack of discipline.
He's been sick of me for years. It's gotten to be his default state.
You killed someone.
Listen, honey, if I wanted to commit murder, you'd be the first to know.
Actually, I could care less what you did.
Fascinating.
I wonder what Big Albert is doing in Fitzrandolph's office.
No, don't tell me. You mean you still haven't found out? Liz Allaire, the famous investigative journalist. What pitiful results.
Lately, there's been a lot of monsters doing strange things. Am I right?
Frankie Dog-Faced Bowser disappeared for 3 days and came back with his face surgically altered. Now he's 10 years uglier. 70 in dog years.
Do you want to hear the story of Big Albert?
I know it. I don't need you to...
Big Albert, previously known as the Creature, reanimated by electroshock, and assembled using body parts from the cadaver of an unlucky bodybuilder and the brain of the greatest scientist of our time. He created his own line of clothing and accessories 4 years ago. Nobel Prize in Medicine 3 years ago, Nobel Prize in Philosophy 2 years ago, Nobel Peace Prize last month. I'm finished. This thing with Big Albert could be a scoop.
The most intelligent... all in an exclusive.
You're a real people person, aren't you?
But the quota is filled, my dear. Try again next season.
Jerk.
Lunatic.
What were we talking about? Ah, yes. Careful with the antifreeze, it makes your complexion look all pasty.
A jab to the left, it's pumpkin punch. A jab to the right. Have you been drinking antifreeze?
No way. I just rubbed a little on my face. It was cold. I hope you freeze.
To your health.
Ayo, Dan.
Better than you, my dear.
What do you have against me?
Not a thing. Not even that you're a daddy's girl. Not even that you're a novice. Not even that Mr. Boss thinks you have talent. Not even that you hate sports. Not even that you're crazy. Not even that you're impossible to work with. Not a single solitary thing.
I hope you freeze.
To your health.
Tobby the Third, Fitzrandolph's pet, is inside. You're awfully crabby, Tobby. I was going to pet him, but he blew it. He has a saw for a hand. How uncomfortable. Ayo, short stuff.
I knew you'd come. Take me with you.
Where?
To the great beyond, to my final resting place, to eternal peace.
No way, never on the first date.
Are you not my grim reaper, the angel of death, the bearer of the scythe, the stealer of souls?
Ah, now I know who you're talking about. It's a guy with hiccups who's still at the party. Quite elderly. I'm Liz, and you?
Phil, my time has not come. It never comes.
Have you seen Big Albert?
I have seen things you can't imagine. I've seen ivy grow higher on the wall. I've seen lightning bugs shining in the darkness near the door to the mansion. I've seen all this and much more, all of which will disappear in time. But Big Albert, no.
Let's talk about you. I've never seen you before. What do you do?
Pull petals off the daisy of existence. I'm dying, I'm not dying. I'm dying, I'm not dying. I'm dying.
And what work do you do while you're pulling the petals off the daisy of existence?
Gardening. I plant, I water, I cut fence posts with the saw. I observe how everything decays in the relentless march of time.
What's behind this door?
My tool shed, my greenhouse, my vale of tears. Do you want to go in?
Never on the first date.
Disconcerting.
Why are you here doing nothing?
I'm not. I'm dragging myself toward the inevitable bitter end.
What do you do here apart from dragging yourself toward the inevitable bitter end?
Lots of drunkards on the loose. They step on the grass. Hollow men crushing lilies underfoot in the land of death.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get any good headlines out of you. Are you feeling sad?
Sadness is the only real name of that which you call life.
Hey, yeah, we'll talk later.
If we don't expire first.
This connects to Fitz Randolph's office where Big Albert went in. I can't go in this way. Someone could see me like I saw Big Albert. It's enormous, but it was completely full for the ceremony. Nope, it's closed and there's no one left.
Hiyo, miss. I thought you were going.
Mr. Fitz Randolph.
Now, come and sit beside me, Miss Allaire. I never imagined you were such a party girl.
Me? No. I'm still here because it's so pleasant here, don't you think?
You don't need an excuse, miss. My friend Murray's intern is always welcome.
Oh.
Actually, I was referring to your unusual style of dancing.
Oh, I see.
Have I offended you?
Yes. No. Maybe. It's just that... How is it that you're sitting here by yourself?
I love parties, but when you get to be my age... Since I'm the host, I can't go to bed. But at least here it's quiet.
What about my style of dancing?
Well, you're not accustomed to dancing in public.
I've never danced in public, but I look quite good in the mirror.
Then don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If I hadn't believed in myself when I was young, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Are you insinuating that I'm not a good dancer?
No, although society may not be prepared to see a woman move so many parts of her body so rapidly and with so much independence with respect to the rhythm.
Aha! I'm a feminist. Vegetable soup.
I don't understand. Do you want some?
What?
Vegetable soup.
Ah, what's in it?
Disconcerting.
Now, where were we? I'm nobody's intern.
Oh, pardon me. It's just that you're so young, and Murray is so you know what I mean, so Murray.
Dan is a sports writer. How do you know him?
I'll only say one thing. The Los Angeles Freaks. I'm the owner.
How nice.
The baseball team, miss. I bought it years ago, and Murray comes to all the games.
Why does everyone like Dan?
I don't want to seem arrogant, but Murray is like me. We're both self-made men, and we both have kept our common touch.
Dan's a jerk.
You are very hard on him, and I think I know why. Do you find him attractive?
But how dare you? Do you know that I once knocked over a refrigerator with my head? Do you think you're better than a refrigerator? And it was full at the time. 20, 12, 1, 4. It really is very pleasant here, isn't it? Dan's not worth talking about so much. In our interview earlier, I forgot to ask you, do you get along with the stars of your super productions?
Well, I try to be a good employer, but it's not always easy. Fame goes to their heads. They do strange things.
How's business going? Support your answer.
MKO is still the largest movie studio in the country and the world. We have made horror movies fashionable, and as long as that continues, nothing can touch us.
Donations, foundations, charity events. Do you have any time left for yourself?
I'm just doing my part for the less fortunate, miss. Without the little people below,
the cream of society would sink to the bottom.
How did you know I was going to say that?
I didn't.
Disconcerting.
Horror movies have allowed monsters to gain acceptance in society. Are you proud of that?
Not completely accepted, miss. It's true that we aren't persecuted anymore and that we finally have the same rights as everybody else, but unfortunately, there are still many minds to change. So many people judge other people by their appearance.
Big Albert has...
Yes?
Yes, what?
Big Albert, what about him?
Is he feeling all right?
Miss, if this keeps up, I will end up understanding why they call you Loony Liz.
Thank you for your time. I'm gonna take a walk.
Just one thing, miss. As you're probably already aware, I know some of the best doctors in the country, including psychiatrists.
I have a cousin who's a veterinarian.
I've observed that you sometimes say disconcerting things.
Yes, I've done a lot of reading.
Yes, of course. It's, take the vegetable soup, for example.
Poor thing. Haven't you had dinner?
Yes. No, I won't keep you any longer.
Cons, I can't go into the hall that leads to Fitzrandolph's office while he's right there next to it. Pros, he gets along with Dan. This is the idea.
Bad idea.
Good.
Bad.
Jerk.
Lunatic.
Dan Murray, are you telling me that you do not intend to go into the mansion or to get Fitzrandolph away from the hall?
In a nutshell.
Well, okay then.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
But Liz Allaire was not a woman to give up easily, and she decided to convince Dan to get Fitzrandolph away from the hall.
Ayo, Dan.
Better than you,
Why don't you help me get Fitzrandolph away from the hall?
Because I bet half my salary on the fight tonight, and in a little while they'll be announcing the winner.
That's no excuse. Come on, I only need you for 5 minutes.
It's a shame that I can't help you. A real shame.
You bet money on a fight. Tell me more.
Jim Bad Blood Dixon against Ron Hellman Pearlboy. Small potatoes, at least compared to next Friday.
You missed the fight because they sent you here as punishment. Do you confirm that?
That's not the worst. Mr. Boss set it up so they won't let me into the stadiums, racetracks, and arenas. They turned the faucet off. Gosh, I can't miss Friday. Manny Hammerboy Brown against Rico the Italian Stallion Sandretti. I would do anything to be there.
Let's change the subject. So what exactly did you do wrong?
The ball's in your court, my dear.
Were you drunk on the job?
I never drink, my dear. Never.
Maybe you're a lousy writer and the boss wants you to learn from me.
Go on, stay in your own little world, my dear. Reality doesn't agree with you.
You killed someone.
Listen, honey, if I wanted to commit murder, you'd be the first to know.
Actually, I could care less what you did.
Fascinating. No matter how much you try, you won't guess. Even if you did, it wouldn't help you anyway.
What do you have against me?
Not a thing. Not even that you're a daddy's girl. Not even that you're a novice. Not even that Mr. Boss thinks you have talent. Not even that you hate sports. Not even that you're crazy. Not even that you're impossible to work with. Not a single solitary thing.
I hope you freeze.
To your health.
I like it closed because then it's like it's not there. He's got one. It's one of Dr. Zelsius's revolutionary robots. So, short stuff, you guarding the stairs?
Restricted area. Only person authorized, William A. Fitzrandolph.
Don't worry, I'm not trying to go up. Fitzrandolph's private quarters are up there, right?
Restricted area.
What happens if I go up the stairs?
I punch you.
I have good manners because I went to finishing school. How about you?
Negative.
Well, it's been a pleasure. See you later.
Negative.
Ayo, short stuff. I don't have anything against your brother over there, but I bet you're the nice one in the family, aren't you?
Restricted area. Only person authorized, William A. Fitzrandolph.
I see. Fill in the blanks. Her mother gave her a basket to take to her granny, but she should have been more careful because in the
Restricted area.
lived the wolf, who was an animal with a rather
Negative.
disposition, and so she went into her granny's
Restricted area.
and would have met a really
Negative.
fate if a woodcutter had not said to the wolf,
I punch you.
"Are you familiar with the word positive?"
Negative.
Never positive?
Always negative.
I have good manners because I went to finishing school. How about you?
Negative.
Well, it's been a pleasure. See you later.
Negative.
Nice glasses. These could be Professor Fly's. Without this, I wouldn't have gotten into the award ceremony or the party. Only 5 minutes left in its memory. It would be good if I could get Big Albert to confess. Pros, they help you see. Cons, seeing everything in red is nerve-wracking. Miss Allaire, could you confirm that the reading room is being remodeled? Confirmed. Thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. Nice painting. What a place to leave books! How little respect people have for culture. Did the workers leave this behind? If there was anything in the pockets, someone got here before me and took it. Large cans of white paint and little ones with blue pigment. The cans of pigment weigh less. I hope they're not going for an... I'm not going up, nor am I moving it. I could take a book, but I don't have any more room at home. I'd have to buy another refrigerator. If there was anything in the pockets, someone got here before me and took it. Blue. I don't really see it working in the reading room. This doesn't need... I don't want to... Heyo, Edgar. What are you doing at the window?
Heyo, weren't you going?
Oh, sometimes I'm going and sometimes I'm coming. What are you doing at the window?
Shall I take your jacket again?
I'm gonna be coming and going. What are you doing at the window?
Rehearsing.
Ah, you've been cast in a movie?
No, just rehearsing for the sake of rehearsing. With my looks, nobody can believe I'd be competent as a monster in front of the camera.
Out-of-work actor. Coat check attendant. Obvious synergies. They don't let you play monsters?
No, with my looks, I don't scare anyone. At the auditions, I don't even get to act. They send me packing as soon as they lay eyes on me.
How long have you been working for Fitz Randolph?
About a month. He pays well, and he's nice.
What type of work are you doing right now?
A little of everything. Maintenance, basically. I do whatever needs doing.
And Fitz Randolph can't give you a recommendation?
No, that would compromise his integrity. He gives his producers and directors complete artistic freedom and never interferes in things like casting.
Was your appearance this original when you were a boy?
Yes, from day one. I was born in a beautiful and absolutely ordinary place, with your typical farm animals. Why did I turn out peculiar? Your guess is as good as mine. Whims of Mother Nature.
Enough said. Let's move on. I like books. Who does the one on the table belong to?
To me, for autographs. I've gotten them from all the celebrities at the party. Except for Hammer Boy Brown.
20, 12, 1, 4.
I don't understand. Why did you say that?
To help myself relax. It works every time. Go on, rehearse. I'll watch you.
I'm on it.
So now he's into rehearsing. Poor thing. I'm annoyed that Edgar hasn't asked me for my autograph. Better not ask. He might have Dan's. It's Blue Harrelson, the star of Vulcan Flash in the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, who disappeared without a... Wait a minute. Edgar! You are Vulcan Flash.
I wish.
Seriously, you could pass for him. Now you have a job.
Blue, strange eyes, dressed like this. Impossible. I'm very grateful to you, but no.
Maybe it was out of generosity or stubbornness, or just because she happened to feel like it. But Liz decided that very night she would convince Edgar of his future as Vulcan Flash. For that, her original mind came up with a mental image that she decided to call the Complete Alien Kit, which she would equip with everything required for this altruistic goal.
On second thought, the color blue is a fundamental characteristic of the Great Vulcan Flash. Agreed. He's not exactly the guy in the poster, but close enough. Yes, 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 yes! The effect is positively alien. If I'm not mistaken, my Complete Alien Kit is ready for action. Can you confirm that for me, Miss Allaire? Confirmed. The Alien Kit is complete. Finally, the moment has arrived for opening the refrigerator. There's my Edgar.
You talking to me?
I am going to put an end to your sad life. Exciting, huh?
No, I don't understand.
Oh, Edgar, don't you see the Vulcan Flash poster?
I am identical to him, the new Vulcan Flash. Next audition, I'm going straight to the top.
Thank you for convincing me, Liz, Edgar continued. I'll make it in the movies as an alien.
Yes, yes, yes. This is all very well and good. But ask me about What's-His-Name Brown's jacket.
Oh no, the jacket. Where is it?
Put away. I was afraid you'd drip on it when you drank the pigment.
You think of everything.
And this is where you tell me I get to keep it.
You're right.
I suppose that's the least I can do for you,
Liz.
Liz.
I can do for you, Liz. Eh?
How did you know what I was going to
I was
say?
going to say?
I had no idea. And now I'm telling you to go back to rehearsing, okay?
I'm on it.
He's in such a hurry. And I haven't even told him. It's Edgar's. And I don't steal. Usually. Edgar's autograph book. It's out of date. That's fine where it is. There's my Edgar.
You talking to me?
Do you like crocodiles?
Depends how close they are.
I like the stuffed kind. Life is like a crocodile. One day it's biting you, and the next it's a stuffed animal.
I don't understand.
What don't you understand? Go on, rehearse. I'll watch you.
I'm on it.
Could there be anything in the pockets? Ah, look, how convenient. Dan, have you seen me eat paper?
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Watch. I have here 2 pieces that say Rico, the Italian Stallion Sandretti versus Manny, Hammerboy Brown.
Give them to me.
Fitz Randolph, away from the hall. Now.
Hey, Willie.
Murray, my friend, you doing good?
Better than you.
When are we gonna get together, throw a few punches?
I'd like to throw back a drink. I see you're empty.
What a guy.
And that was how Liz convinced Dan to get Fitz Randolph away from the hall.
Dan's. It's half full. Never mix alcohol with depression. Hey, there's something on it. Hey, there's something on it. A crank handle. Archie McCandless gave me a rose once and said, "Care to dine with me?" I told him, "No, thank you. I've already had dinner. You eat it." This is good for getting into trouble for jumping on it. Is he asleep? Good. Closed. Life is like a crocodile. Wait a minute. Aren't the offices of Fitz Randolph and his secretary connected? Even if they are... Spencer McDundy. He's actually Australian, but for some reason he's good at playing Scottish ghosts. It's a still photograph from the sinister caped light bulb, a huge hit for MKO. Sparky, the Vulcanian sheep. Vulcan Flash's faithful pet. I'm not sure he's interested. He's out like a light. Hey yo, short stuff.
Hey-o, nice night. Considering that at this time of year...
You open office doors, right?
Affirmative. Considering that at this time of year, it usually cools...
What's your name, sweetheart?
Jimmy Love. It usually cools down, but autumn, as you know, comes late and all...
Look, Jimmy, I'm not going to ask you to open Fitz Randolph's office.
Only authorized subject, William A. Fitz Randolph. Late and all at once.
But his secretary's yes. Okay, sweetheart?
Only authorized subject, Beverly Torrance. Hair blonde. Eyes blue. Bust 50. Waist 24. Hips 36. Negative identification.
Access denied.
Access denied? Liz said to herself. We'll just see about that.
It is to be believed because it is absurd. Tertullian.
Disconcerting. I don't understand.
That is the path. I don't understand, but I believe.
I don't understand, but I don't understand.
Aren't you the charmer?
Integrated elevator conversation chip. We'll have to start dressing more warmly.
Informational topic unit. Doors. Open the first door for me.
I have never opened it. It's not possible. Jammed. Maybe it's the humidity. A lot of humidity these last few winters.
Who is Beverly Torrance?
Beverly Torrance, Secretary, Authorization, Door 2. Although at this time of year you know how it is. If you dress warmly, sunshine, and if not, you freeze to death.
Informational topic unit closed. Are you sleepy?
Power conservation mode. Low on oil. Isn't the autumn sun splendid?
Hey, ya, time for bed, sweetheart. Pumpkin punch, Jimmy?
I'd like to, but Mr. Fitzrandolph will fire me if he sees me drinking. He only lets us drink oil so that we don't rust.
He's in the ballroom. He won't see you.
No, I don't dare. He could show up at any moment, like a summer thunderstorm.
Don't worry, I'll figure out something else. But you'll have your punch. This can't be opened with a crank handle, and as far as I'm concerned, it should stay closed. When the hood is down, one's got... I like it. It'd be fun, because the punch would make the motor seize up, but for that I'd have to lift the hood, and I think it's better not to. None of this is worth... How strange. Being Dan's, I expected to find a trunk full of old, dirty, worthless junk. But apart from this empty oil can and a baseball bat, there's nothing. Great idea! Pumpkin punch in a can of motor oil. Anyone care for some? I bet you can't.
Affirmative. Suddenly, everything is like cloudy. The weather is just crazy.
He's out like a light. Hey, yo, Jimmy.
Nice night.
Open the second door for me.
Unauthorized subject, Beverly Torrance. Hair blonde, eyes blue. Bust 50. Waist 24, hips 36. Positive identification. Access allowed.
And that was how, with the help of the pumpkin punch, Liz got Jimmy Love to open the door to the secretary's office.
Thanks, sweetheart. Fitzrandolph Mansion, Halloween night. My exclusive interview with Big Albert. Hey, you, Albert. Liz Allaire of the Quill.
Huh?
4 questions. 20. Can you tell me your motive for sneaking into the magnate Fitzrandolph's office? 12. What's that in your hand? 1. Are the rumors that say you're a kleptomaniac true, or did I just invent that to get under your skin a bit? 4. Are you listening?
Now give this to the immaterial man. Hurry.
Poor Liz. For once, fortune seemed within reach, only to elude her. On the other hand, if she had managed to get into Fitzrandolph's office, she would only have solved the mystery surrounding Big Albert after reading that note.
she's not altogether ugly. It's strange that Fitz Randolph has such an obsolete model. After all, he bankrolls the inventions of Professor Fly, who's designed more advanced phonographs than this. What if I put on some music to dance? On second thought, after they laughed at me at the party, I'm not really in the mood. Nice place to curl up with a book. Someone irresponsible like Dan Murray would sit down and... Oh, this sports stuff is so tiring. It's Eva Morte, the Dark Lady. She's evil, perverse, and bad as they come. I don't want it. It's like Mother, but without the designer clothing. Too many curves. She's fat and heavy. No. I don't like her. Fitz Randolph could have gotten this from one of his movies. I haven't listened to the radio since my internship at JUNK in Los Angeles. You get sick of it. I don't need it for anything. Pencils. What luck! Not even chewed on. Pros, it protects you from crocodile bites when the crocodile in question is the biting kind. Cons, it prevents you from enjoying a hug with a crocodile when the crocodile in question is the stuffed animal kind. I could move it, but I don't see what for. This leads to the hall. Garden, dock, and on the other side of the lake, the studios. It wouldn't do me any good. It's clear he's not gonna let me go upstairs. I didn't really want to anyway. Ayo, short stuff. Wouldn't you like a little oil for...
Negative.
You're gonna be sorry when I drink it all up and...
Negative.
At least he's sincere. Negative. Phil, sweetheart. You can't deny it. You have seen Big Albert.
Why deny the obvious? Why try to avoid the unavoidable? No, I ran into the immaterial man in the hall and I gave it to him. Everything meets its end sooner or later.
Do you know what the note said?
Why bother if we're all going to die anyway?
Do you know which way Big Albert went?
Yes, he went out that I don't know. Why should I pay attention to anything if everything is superfluous?
Which way did the immaterial man go?
There's only one possible destination. Nothingness, non-existence, death.
Clearly, you don't know anything.
The only certainty in life is the tomb.
Let's talk about you. I'm sorry. Me, I'm not going to expire. It just doesn't interest me.
Bad choice. If you do expire, fine, but... And if you don't?
Hey, yeah, we'll talk later.
If we don't expire first.
When the hood is down, you can't... None of this is worth... Don't you threaten...
Let's see if I can remember. Yes, Liz grabbed the crank and was about to make noise. Did I say noise? No, music.
Wasn't this in the other office? Fitz Randolph is clever. One turn of the phonograph crank, and the table, part of the floor, and the wall turn, and this appears. Listen to what I'm telling you, Liz. The rose-colored bed. William A. Fitz Randolph's dirty laundry. A Liz Allaire exclusive. Forget it. The gossip rags don't interest me. An ice bucket, tongs, and a can of caviar. Expensive caviar. My sister, Anne-Marie, the smart one, uses it to make sandwiches. This is where Fitz Randolph dictates his letters to his secretary, but only the long ones. No way! Sleep here and you turn into Hannah Montana. The things it must have seen. Fitz Randolph and his secretary certainly know how to live it up. And the magic word for today is caviar. But the real magic would be if something was written on it. Warehouse ASAP.
when she finally found out what Big Albert's note said, Liz headed to Fitzrandolph's storeroom located behind the mansion.
To the warehouse, then. Hopefully Big Albert and Immaterial Man are still there. I'll turn on my tape recorder.
Easy now.
Immaterial?
The people who did this will be back. Help me.
Count me in. What do? I'm your girl.
The important part is safe and sound now. We'll simply bury the rest. Lights out.
At noon the following day, Dan was awakened by a ringing telephone. It was his boss. Liz and Dan hadn't shown up at the paper that day, and he was, how can I put it, pretty angry.
I won't tolerate another screw-up. You hear me, Mr. Murray? You know, you don't understand it. If the story about last night's award ceremony doesn't make the Sunday edition, you and Miss O'Meara are going to be in hot water. Clear, Murray?
Very, very hot water, he screamed down the phone. Reluctantly, Dan went back to Fitzrandolph's mansion. Edgar told him that Liz had been seen going into the storeroom, where she evidently was no longer. Finding out what had happened to his beloved colleague was not going to be that easy.
Beloved? My foot. Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti. That's what counts.